The Houston Oilers with an aggressive attacking defense got the jump on Fouts and the Chargers early with that blitz and return of the fumble for a touchdown. They go to the locker room holding a commanding 20-5 lead. NFL Live is next. Our halftime activities will continue in a moment, and we'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
A shocking twist may cause Matlock to defend the wrong person.
They have a witness.
If he grabs a bite, could he uncover the truth?
It'd be fun to watch me try.
A Matlock mystery. Then hunters on a special night.
Good.
To stop a victim from retaliation.
Satisfied?
And on Crime Story, Luke has been jilted. Will his passionate obsession turn fatal?
Tuesday.
Behind the Chrysler Plymouth star is the man who's going to give you his best.
Chrysler Plymouth dealers are going to win you over with really great deals.
It's our big Super 7 sale. We're clearing out our 87 Chryslers with our best savings ever. 7-7 financing plus $770 back and $770 protection on LeBaron GTS Coupe and Convertible.
Only here at the Chrysler Plymouth Star.
Buy yours at your San Diego County Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
Now's the time to fix up, paint up, spruce up. Head for Home Depot. Get guaranteed lowest everyday prices on the biggest selection of brand name project supplies in San Diego. Need paint? Get famous Dutch Boy paint. Every Home Depot carries over 10,000 gallons of quality Dutch Boy paint at Home Depot's unbeatable everyday low prices. Home Depot paint experts will give you the help you need to do your project right the first time and custom mix your Dutch Boy paint free. Home Depot, America's original do-it-yourself warehouse.
Marty Levin and Denise Yamada, weeknights at 5 and 11 on New Center.
Welcome to those of you watching the game between the Chargers and Oilers. Bob Costas along with Ahmad Rashad and Paul Maguire. They are moving toward the third quarter now. It's just about set to start in Cleveland, and the Colts are in front of the Browns 9-0 on 3 Dean Biasucci field goals. He's hit 20 of 23 this year. A dog bone, symbol of the Brown defense, lies in the mud in Cleveland. Watch the Colt defense go to work here. Johnny Cooks is said to have Bernie Kosar in his grasp, and so the pass does not count. They rule it a sack, and Eugene Daniels' apparent interception and touchdown are nullified, much to Ron Meyer's dismay. However, they held Kosar to 6 of 14 for just 65 yards in the first half, while Jack Trudeau, in place of the injured Gary Hogaboom, completed 15 of 21. The Colts, an 8-point underdog, Paul, lead by 9 at the half.
Defense in this game. The Colts defense just doing a super job on Cleveland. And that in-the-grass penalty, but I like to see him revise it. I don't know if it's ever really saved the quarterback. You got a quarterback with a guy on one leg. He's going down, pops the ball. They complete it. You penalize the quarterback for it. You know, and in this particular case here, you penalize the defense for it. I mean, either throw it out or revise it where the guy is really held and he can't go forward anymore.
Well, it's supposed to be grasp and control.
Well, if you looked at the play, he didn't have control of Kosar.
But he didn't, obviously, because his upper body was free to make a move, but at least he was on his way down, in contrast to the missed call, at least missed in my opinion, last week at the Meadowlands, where Boomer Esiason was ruled in the grasp of Mark Gastineau, and Esiason was completely free to throw that pass to Eddie Brown, which should have been a touchdown.
Exactly. Either they revise it or they all get on the same page with it. Go to school. Night school, day school, some school.
All right,
get
fine.
Together.
San Francisco playing at Green Bay. They're at halftime in this one, and the 49ers lead at 16-6 over the Pack. The big story, Joe Montana. He completed his first 17 passes, tack on the 5 in a row he completed at the end of last week's game. It's an NFL record, 22 in a row. He finally misfired on his 18th attempt. The one-game record is held by Ken Anderson of Cincinnati, who completed 20 straight in one game against Houston back in 1983. That game has moved to the third quarter in Green Bay, 16-6, 49ers. They're in the third quarter at Giants Stadium. New York 7, Philadelphia 6. Sims 19 yards to Bavaro on the Giants' first possession. Since then, Paul McFadden, field goals of 41 and 49 yards for Philadelphia. Seattle and Pittsburgh go to the third quarter at Three Rivers, and the Seahawks lead in this one 9-6. A look at some of the highlights. There's the grand old man of Pittsburgh, Art Rooney, looking on as we pick up the action. The game is tied at 3 as Gary Anderson and Norm Johnson had exchanged field goals. Then the Seahawks go in front. It's Craig Craig to Largent. He keeps his feet in bounds for a fine touchdown reception. They missed the point after, however, as they messed up the snap and never got to kick it. Anderson kicked a field goal before the half for Pittsburgh to bring them to within 3. Washington playing at St. Louis. The Cardinals get a pair of second-quarter touchdown passes from Neil Lomax, one to Stump Mitchell, another to J.T. Smith. After trailing 10-0, the Cards lead 14-10. Jay Schrader threw an 84-yarder to Gary Clark in the first quarter for the Redskins. Houston and San Diego. In this one, it's 20-5 in favor of the Oilers at the half, and Dan Fouts and Al Saunders talking it over on the sideline. Maybe the bubble has burst for the Cinderella Chargers, who are in danger of losing their 3rd in a row. On the safety blitz, it's Keith Bostic. He jars the ball free from Fouts on the sack. Jeff Donaldson juggles it, but Robert Lyles has it. It's a 55-yard touchdown, a 7-0 lead. After Zendejas hit a 48-yarder, the Oilers are on the move again, leading 10-0. And here comes a nifty run on 1st and goal from the 4 by Alan Pinkett. He spins away from the tackler and into the end zone. Zendejas again from 47 to make it 20-0 before a safety and a field goal got the Chargers on the board. And as you probably know, Elvis Patterson and Kenny Johnson ejected from the game following that scuffle near the end of the first half. Patterson for San Diego and Johnson for Houston. Ahmad?
You know, it's the same old song out there for the San Diego fans.
But with a different meaning since you've been gone. Four Tops, 1968.
I knew you'd jump on that. I was just a little test. He knows all this stuff. But, you know, they have no defense. And their new defense is now playing like their old defense that didn't play any defense at all. And the problem they're getting into is that they're getting so far behind San Diego is that they have to throw on every single down, which is not the way to win football games. In order to get to the Super Bowl like they were talking a couple weeks ago, you got to get better every week, and they haven't.
All right, let's move on to Atlanta and Dallas, where the Falcons had a 14-0 lead at one point. Scott Campbell, a 28-yarder to Floyd Dixon. Then Kelvin Martin of the Cowboys fumbled the subsequent kickoff in the first quarter. Robert Moore picked it up, ran it in from 20 yards out. It was 14-zip. But the Cowboys have regrouped. Herschel Walker's 1-yard touchdown part of it. They've come back to 14-10 early in the third quarter in Dallas. Kansas City at Cincinnati, and the Bengals trying to win. For the first time this season at home, they've dropped 6 straight at Riverfront. They lead 17-10. The Chiefs have just scored in the third quarter. They had been down 17-3 at halftime. The Rams just scored in the third quarter at the Silverdome to reclaim the lead against the Lions, 17-13. Charles White with a 1-yard touchdown run. White is closing in on 100 yards in this game, and he has already passed 1,000 yards for the season. He's the first rusher in the league to do it, but remember, he played in all 3 strike games and gained over 300 yards in the replacement games. We'll be back with more after these messages from your local stations.
Tonight on Our House, a football star charms the family.
What a body.
But he's got a deadly secret.
Stay away from my grandchildren.
Then on Family Ties, can Alex keep a secret?
Nobody tells me anything.
There's a good reason why.
I'm telling.
And on My Two Dads, the judge wants no secrets.
I'm gonna make you sing.
Tonight.
I'm Marty Levin. I'd like to take a moment during halftime to tell you about some of our coverage of Soviet Premier Gorbachev's visit to the United States. Right after the Broncos-Patriots game this afternoon, there'll be a special report on the upcoming summit. We'll have continuing coverage and primetime reports throughout Summit Week. As you know, NBC's Tom Brokaw had an exclusive interview with Gorbachev this past week. Here on the local level, business editor Bill Ritter had the exclusive on the SeaWorld management shakeup. These are the kinds of things you can expect from NBC and News Center on 39 Cable 7.
Sports and a whole lot more. Sports Wrap today on 39 Cable 7.